Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's live. We're starting off with puppies. Since Desiree was first here in the chat, we got to have the puppies, who is being super wiggly and apparently wants to move around. But good evening, everybody. Oh, and he wants to. All right, so he was a come and go visitor to tonight's show. But we are here, we are live, we are ready to talk all things cruising, travel, and
Desiree's here. She says, "Good evening, guys. Where y'all sailing to?" Dilly says, "Good afternoon, evening, all."
good evening. Welcome to today's show. I'm having problems already.
Yes.
That mountain cedar has come into Texas, making me feel like I got stung by 100 bees. Just what a wonderful favorite time of year.
Kevin says, "Cool music. Those guitars were definitely recorded with tube amps and not solid state for any fellow music gear nerds." Just Cody's here. Hey there, Chris and Tiffany and puppies. Kevin says, "Good evening, all." Just Cody's here. Says, "Hello, everyone." Desiree says, "Bring out your cute doggies. They're part of your show."
Yes, he ran off already.
Yes.
He said hi and then he said bye.
Yeah.
Just as quick.
Bob is here. He says, "Hello, fellow cruisers." Desiree says, "Cute things." And Attila is here. Says, "Hi, y'all."
Howdy. Welcome. All right. So what has been going on with everybody's week? Something interesting always happens every single week, it seems like. And this week Tiffany has decided to torture me.
This is news to me.
No, it's not.
Nellie says, "Hi, everyone. Sunday. Harmony." I love it. Hello. Ray's here. Hello from Judy and Ray Next Head.
No. See, Tiffany has decided that I need to go on a diet.
I did not decide that.
Yet suddenly here we are. So Tiffany says she didn't decide.
I did not.
Yet she's put me on one.
I have not. You put yourself on it. And it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle change.
Oh, sorry. Tiffany has given me a lifestyle change. My bad. She has said, "You, sir, need to lose poundage."
I did not say that.
And she, it was like the fish story. She didn't say like some pounds. She said poundage, like she just caught a fish. Yeah, y'all, she is so mean to me when y'all aren't watching. Then she acts all sweet and innocent on the live. This is not real.
James says, "Hello, Chris and Tiffany and all High Seas cruisers." And Connie's here. Ahoy, mateys.
Welcome. Good to have you here tonight, James. Welcome, Connie. We're just talking about Tiffany's voluntold me my new lifestyle choice. So we are trying out I am, whether I like it or not, trying out, the carnivore diet?
Keto kind of.
Keto carnivore lifestyle change. So basically, no more French fries is what that comes down to. No bread, no French fries, unless we're on a cruise. Right? You can go out the window on a cruise.
For you, maybe. I'm still going to watch.
This one, the woman who was just scarfing down Whataburger this last Wednesday, or a week ago, Sunday.
So were you. We have cheat days.
Yes, any day that ends in a Y is a cheat day. But we got everybody hopping in here still. Oh, James is just giving everybody their hellos. Ooh. All right, so we've actually got some new travel plans that have come up. Now, it is uncruise related.
Ray says, "Diet. There is no diet on cruising."
Agreed. 100% agreed. But we're going to be taking a land cruise. We'll call it a land cruise. This summer, we're actually going to be going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Never even been to Tennessee. I don't think I've ever even driven through Tennessee, but we are going to go spend 4th of July in Tennessee. And of course, it's to go see the wonderful, the awesome, the grandbabies.
And the parents.
Yeah, I'm just kidding if you're actually watching.
We're going to see the family.
Yes, we're going to go have a family trip in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So we'll be doing all kinds of research about Tennessee, stuff we're going to see along the way, stuff we're going to see while we're there.
If anybody's been there and has suggestions, we are very much open to them. Kevin said, is that the one of those diets where you eat nothing but meat, cheese, and eggs? If so, it sounds dreadful.
It is the one where you basically eat just meat, cheese, and eggs, but you can keto it a little bit and you can have like vegetables and stuff like that. But no carbs basically is what it is. It's a carb-free diet. And I am at stage 1, haven't even completed a full week of it. And it's not super, super terrible. But at the same time, kind of miss having a sandwich with some bread, things like that. There's options, there's choices out there. I'll get it figured out. But admittedly, though, I need to lose a few, especially as we're getting back into travel time and travel season. Cruise ships got lots of stairs, lots of walking, lots of excursions, swimming, all that kind of good stuff. And I don't want to miss out on it because I'm not feeling well about it. And working from home has been a challenge. I started working from home a little over a year ago, and it definitely has limited me on my activity, my movement, and amount of exercise I get. And so while it had some benefits, it definitely had some drawbacks. You have to take steps that I honestly did not take.
Yeah.
So
Misty is here. She says, hello, everyone. And 87 days till her first cruise. You already
just mentioned that Nellie's going to be cold on this day.
We haven't gone that far down.
Oh,
they've been going up. See, Texas Cruiser. Hello from a very wet and cold Galveston.
Yes. It's chilly here, but not super wet. Monday, however, is supposed to be like 27 degrees in the morning. That'll be like one of our coldest days.
Tuesday, the high's only 32.
32. So we got some chilly weather here a little further north. But I imagine in Galveston, too, you've got that ocean breeze coming in. And with that wind and that breeze comes in, it's cold.
Yes.
I remember we were down there in January. And I forget what ship we were sailing on, but a Disney cruise ship was coming in. No, it was your Disney cruise. I went out there at 6 o'clock. So we were staying at the Harbor House, which is right there at the cruise terminal. And so I was down there to watch the Disney ship actually come in about 6 o'clock in the morning. And there's no video of that because it was so cold I couldn't stop shaking. And the video I took was garbage because it looked like I was having some kind of weird episode plus with the wind. So
yeah. So Misty, where are you going? That would be, where are you going and what ship? Everybody's saying awesome, Misty.
You can scroll this up, right?
Chica's here. Hola, everyone.
Here, you can use the wheel right there, and you can scroll.
Ray says Dollywood. We are planning on going to Dollywood.
Yes, we are definitely doing Dollywood. That it was on my daughter's list. So apparently they were picking their summer trip, and her husband Jake, my son-in-law, wanted nature. She wanted Dollywood, and so we're going to Dollywood.
Yes, with some nature on the side.
Yeah, you can see nature on your way to Dollywood. But Dollywood is one of the places that is top of that list. We know who won that argument.
Nellie says, my sale day is supposed to be cold on Sunday. Yes.
But yeah, you are going to be chilly. But the nice thing is you should hopefully be heading for something warmer.
Yes.
Usually when we sail in January, it's cold on embarkation. Usually by the next day, it's much, much better. And then it's cold on disembarkation. So hopefully you'll have the same run of luck.
Misty says giving up cheese would be hard. Yes.
But you can eat cheese.
Yes.
Because it's a animal product.
Just Cody, nothing yummy and sweet to eat. I thought that, but I've been finding a lot of recipes for sweets and stuff like that. I'm not sure I want to try some of them, but
I eat grapes.
yeah.
I count fruit. It comes from nature. It's only carnivore-ish.
Kevin says our next cruise is getting close-ish. The final payment is due next week. Hey, one more day closer.
But that's when you know it's almost cruise time. That final payment's due. You got to make it. But that means you're close. Normally, in most cases, that puts you in the 90-day or less window. So that's a good place to be.
Yes. James says Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge are very nice and have a lot of things to do. Yeah, Chris has been researching. Him and Becker TikToking back and forth.
They have a place there where you can go taste moonshine for $5 per person. Not that I drink a whole lot. However, it is a store where you can go taste moonshine for $5. Different flavors of moonshine. So, just saying.
Yes. Jeannie says, hi, Chris and Tiffany. Take your babies to Pigeon Forge, the island, and Dollywood. Especially the water park is great for kids.
I'll be 100% honest. We are not running that rodeo. She has a list of places that they're going to go. There's one, I guess, called the gravity ball, gravity something, where they put you inside a giant clear ball and then they push you down a hill. And apparently that's what the little one wants to go do, which for her is absolutely not a shock or a surprise. And I could see her wanting to get stuffed in a big hamster wheel ball and shoved down a hill. That is right up her speed. But what really driving me the most, I guess, bizarre, and it's bizarre for me anyway, is there's a ton of videos out there of bears just randomly walking down the street, bears at your cabin, bears in your hot tub,
bears getting in your car.
Bears getting in your car. I'm honestly concerned Tiffany's going to get eaten because I don't have to run faster than the bear. I only have to run faster than Tiffany. And so hopefully they don't get.
Ray wants to know if you're trying to get in a Speedo.
No. I could be the absolute best shape of anybody on the cruise ship, and I would still say no to the Speedo.
Just Cody said, I lost 10 pounds on my last cruise in December on the Jubilee. I was too impatient to wait for the elevators. That's us.
Yeah, that's us too.
I get very aggravated with the elevators. That's usually when my anxiety starts elevating.
Lose a bunch of weight now, then I can eat that much in dessert later.
Kevin,
when I'm on the ship.
Kevin/Alien. Oh, my name is still showing up as Alien to some folks. Cool. We're going on the Carnival Pride to the Bahamas out of Baltimore.
Awesome.
That sounds like fun.
That is awesome. I don't want to sail from Baltimore. See, I've got it figured out where we can kill two birds with one stone, because Norfolk, which is where the sunrise, one of the suns from Carnival has moved to after they closed Charleston. And that is actually only 3 hours away from the grandbabies. So if I book in Norfolk, as long as we stop and visit in both directions, Tiffany will be like, okay, you can book that. Yes. She'll go for that. Heck, I might even be solo on that particular cruise, because she'd be like, yeah, I'll just wait here. We'll see when you come back. No.
Yep.
See? Baltimore's not all that much further either.
I know. Misty said, trying not to freeze here in Iowa.
Yeah, I imagine we're down south and it's cold. I can only imagine the folks up north, further north than us, are they're having that kind of day.
Alien says we leave 2 days after Mrs. Alien's graduation. She's getting her doctorate. That is amazing.
Ooh,
It's a celebration cruise.
a celebration cruise. So I'm curious, if you're going to go on the cruise, are you going to be upset if the cruise line does not acknowledge you? I see a lot of those. I went on a cruise. It was my anniversary. They did not acknowledge me.
Sorry. Connie says, did you see that Ben of Cruise with Ben and David lost 70 pounds while cruising? He just did a video about it.
No, I have not actually seen that one. And that's impressive because they do a lot of cruising. And to lose that much weight while cruising, that's actually pretty impressive. Because we all know the cruising food can be extremely tempting. Especially when that dessert, you walk by the dessert section, it calls my name. Chris, come eat me. You know you can have two, right? You have two hands, a fork in each one. You don't hear those voices?
Not anymore. I've been doing this a while longer.
You haven't walked by the dessert cart yet.
No, I haven't.
We'll see if your fortitude, your determination holds up when there's confetti cheesecake to be had, when there's chocolate extravaganza to be had. Will you feel as strong? Will your motivation hold out?
I think I'm going to be okay. I mean, I did.
Will you feel the same while you were watching me eat Guy's Burgers?
Probably.
When you cannot have your pizza with the plants on it.
Probably.
What are you going to eat?
I don't know yet. I'm still figuring that out.
Go Guy's Burgers. Yes, I'd like a plain Jane to hold the bun.
Yeah. Put 2 piggy patties on it.
I'm going to use bacon as my bun.
Yep.
Yet this is supposedly going to help you lose weight. Okay. Though admittedly, Tiffany's lost like 20 pounds. Don't know from where. She's not big to start with. I told her she better stop though, because she's going to hit, deck 15, 16 on a cruise ship. Wind's going to come by and go blow her off the side. You have to put rocks in your shoes to keep you anchored down.
We're all caught up.
Are we all caught up?
We're all caught up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because we're talking about anything and everything but cruise.
No, we're not.
We're not even remotely caught up. You forgot to spin the wheel.
Oops. James at Texas Cruiser, bet you are not as cold as Cincinnati. We had a wind chill of 8 below this morning. No, we're not that cold.
No.
Misty said Nassau and Coco Cay in April on Liberty of the Seas celebration for 14th wedding anniversary. That is awesome.
Nassau and Coco Cay. That's a good cruise.
Yeah.
I know not everybody likes Nassau. I don't mind it so much.
Mm-mm.
I always manage to find something interesting in Nassau. I love Coco Cay.
And Liberty of the Seas is a pretty ship.
Yes. You have been on that ship.
I know. I reminded you last week.
Yes, I looked it all up. I have slides now, so I can remember the ships we've been on.
Bob is telling Misty to enjoy the cantilever hot tub. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then
you have to take the cursor off of it. There you go.
Texas Cruiser said, I watched Disney Magic League Galveston today on a cruise. We've been on the Disney Magic too.
Yes, you have.
YouTube channel Yankee in the South would give you spots in that area.
Yankee in the South. Okay. Might have to check that out.
Okay. Frankie's here. Hi, Rick. We saw that video of Ben and David where he talked about losing all that weight. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is extremely, extremely awesome. The older I get, the more of a challenge it becomes. It was a whole lot easier when I was much, 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 much younger. But
Frankie says just booked a European cruise for next year. Oh man,
awesome.
that is
Don't
awesome.
forget, I'm sure you already know, you're already aware, but make sure you get that EU visa, the ETA. Make sure you get that. That has gone into effect.
This cruiser says thank you for that visual, Tiffany. I'm assuming you in a Speedo.
I didn't ask about the Speedo. Someone else asked about the Speedo. That was Ray talking about the Speedos.
Alien said Chris in a banana hammock.
Something wrong with y'all. There's already enough gross stuff up on the Lido deck. We ain't adding to it.
Ray says Norfolk and Liberty, New Jersey are the closest to us. Otherwise it's Florida, and that's 02.
Yeah, because they're in Nags Head, North Carolina.
Yeah. Tilla says, I can't resist carrot cake. I'm trying to lose, but man, that and Carnival chocolate cake, I just can't pass it.
That's what I said. I figured I'd do all the work at home and earn like bonus points for when I cruise.
Texas Cruiser says, that's cool, James. James, you've been told you're invited to come down here. Donald's here, or I'm sorry, David's here. I like Nassau since they updated the port.
Yeah, we haven't been since they updated. It was under construction the last time we were there.
Mm-hmm.
But I said I've always enjoyed Nassau, even if it's just wandering around a little bit. But I go into Nassau knowing that Nassau is Nassau. And what I said, we've had some unique adventures in Nassau.
Yeah.
We've seen the insane person getting chased by the police. Somebody tried to sell us drugs and then they got chased by the police. But at least I can say in every instance we've been involved in, the police have been chasing them at some point.
Yeah.
So they're there, they're paying attention, at least in our cases. So I feel safe in that regard.
John is here. Welcome, John. Polar Vortex in Denver this weekend. Can't wait until 2/14/2025. NCL Prima, 2-bedroom family suite in the Haven.
Ooh,
I like it.
Fancy.
Yes.
You're
You're gonna have to let us know how that went. Texas Cruiser says hello, Frankie. Nellie says, all right, John, the Haven. Yes, my friends are on that sailing too. I don't know what kind of cabin they are in though.
They are in a cabin, which is a step above those of us that are not in a cabin.
Yes. Just
I take an inside cabin right now.
Yeah.
Actually, on the Prima, we stayed in an inside cabin. It was a damn nice cabin.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
It's one of the nicest cabins we ever stayed in was actually on the Prima, but we just had an inside cabin. So I don't know if there's really a bad cabin on the Prima at all. They did a really nice job. NCL is not, the Prima is definitely not our favorite ship, but that is absolutely one of the nicest, cleanest, fanciest cabins we've ever stayed in on a cruise ship. So,
just Cody said, when did it start to really be hard to lose weight? At what age, if you don't mind? I'm almost 40 and it seems harder even now.
See, I'm 51 and probably began somewhere here in the last 10 years. I hate to say it. It's probably a little different for everybody, but like I said, what really got me is it wasn't super terrible until a year and a half ago. I started working from home, and that just, it's been a downhill slide since then. I mean, enough to the point where I'm right now looking at not working from home anymore because I don't like it. So.
Yeah, that's about
But
for me too. Ray says carrot cake and the vanilla frosting. Can't pass it up.
the cheesecakes, those will usually get me just about each and every time. What else do I like? I like the cheesecakes.
Baked Alaska.
The baked Alaska, I'm done. I mean, I talked to server into bringing me a whole one time, and she did. So Baked Alaska will get me every time, and the banana pie in C-Day brunch
On Carnival.
on Carnival. But yeah, Baked Alaska is probably my kryptonite.
Mm-hmm. Attila wants to know if we've seen the stairs or the Queen's Staircase in Nassau. We have not. We started to go there, but by the time we were halfway there, we were all tired, sunburned, exhausted, and starting to argue.
Yeah, so there's a whole lot to that story. We actually went the other way first, and we walked the whole way, but we walked down by Jenku Beach. We went past that up to the fort, walked around the fort, came back, went through the Pirate Museum, then went over when we're heading for the Queen's Staircase. We stopped in a little store to get something to drink. That was fun. That was fine. And when we stepped out of that store, that's when the crazy person that escaped from the psychiatric hospital was hanging out there on the sidewalk. They jibber-jabbered something at us, took off down the sidewalk. Police chased them. And at that point, we said, look, we've walked about 8-9 miles. My feet hurt. We're going back to the ship. And everybody was like, because we had the kids with us, everybody was like, yep, back to the ship.
We also had an extra person because there was a lady
But
that,
she had left earlier.
yeah, not much earlier, but yeah. Yeah, we had an extra with us. Attila said you should get on the Dream and do their 8-day to Nassau to see the new port there. John gave a thumbs up. Attila said if you wait till summer 2025, you get to go to Celebration Key as well on same cruise.
There's a couple of them that I've been looking at for 2026. So for 2025, I don't know. We're doing Nashville in July. We are doing Harmony of the Seas on August the 16th. That's an 8-night cruise. Then we're doing MSC sailing, the first sailing out of Galveston. And then I think we're going to reset for 2026. And I've got 6 or 7 in 2026 I want to do. So the plan now is to kind of work into 2026 and kind of book a little further out.
James says, hey, Chris, I've not had a chance to get back with you about Harmony in August, but we'll text you this week. Lost a family member that was very close, so it's been a rough week.
No worries at all, brother. None at all. I figured something was going on, which is why I didn't mess with you at all.
Prayers to you and your family.
Yes, and of course, our thoughts and prayers are with you. If you need anything, whatever, just someone to talk to, chew the fat with, whatever, you got my number, man. Anytime, any place.
Just Cody said, thank y'all. Nellie, sorry for your loss, James. Condolences and prayers to you all. David's here. I always get the banana cream pie on the C-Day brunch. I normally ask for 2 of them.
Right? That is some good banana pie. And there's real bananas in there. And for whatever reason, that seems to be the only place you can get it is C-Day brunch. They make it for C-Day brunch. And now on Carnival, we will go to C-Day brunch. Tiffany loves C-Day brunch. I think she likes the. Why do you like C-Day brunch so much?
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. There you go.
And I can eat it.
But you've always enjoyed the C-Day brunch.
Yeah.
And I like it too. It's sit down. It's chill. You're not in a rush. You're not in a hurry. You're not fighting for a seat. But that banana cream pie is what keeps me going back. I'll go to C-Day brunch every C-Day on the ship for that dang pie.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to explain it, which actually should explain why I have to go on a diet.
Ray says, work from home and the icebox is too close to my desk. Snack all day.
I don't even snack all day. I just don't do enough moving all day.
Sheikah says, I'm on listening mode only. We are in a restaurant. I love it. Sheikah's
always doing something.
But she still comes to watch.
I know.
Thank you. I love it.
Well, at this point, I would say let's go ahead and put that on speaker. Let's show it to everybody in the restaurant. Let's get some more people joining in here. We've actually got their advertising for us.
James said, hold on. Thank you, Nellie. Very unexpected. So So families taking it tough. I'm going to book Symphony when she comes to Galveston, says Texas Cruiser.
Yep, for Royal Caribbean for 2026, we're going to do Mariner of the Seas. This is the plan. Mariner of the Seas, since we missed it this year, we are doing Allure of the Seas when she comes, and then prepping to do Symphony of the Seas when she comes. Those are our 3 Royal Caribbean ships for 2026. So yeah, definitely want to get on Symphony when she comes and hop on Allure while she's here, along with Mariner of the Seas.
Misty says, sorry to hear that, James, sending positive vibes from my family to yours. Ray says, if you get lost in Nashville, come to Nag's Head, and always a bed and good chow.
You had me at chow.
Attila says, I'm not able to book the MSC November 9th. Wish I could, but my better half said no. Can't make it that month.
I've been told no before, too. She's already trying to tell me no. She was going through my list of 2026 going, yeah, no. No.
Nelly,
I get that, too.
Nelly, Rick gonna be on the first sailing. Haha. Texas Cruiser says, sorry to hear, James. Prayers, buddy. Hello, Nelly. Alien Carnival has this griddle cake thing with cream cheese frosting at brunch. That's my jam.
I don't think we've ever had that. I will go eat the different colored waffles or pancakes at the Dr. Seuss breakfast.
Yes.
They don't call it the Dr. Seuss anymore. It's now the thing 1, thing 2 party or something. They changed the name, but it's the Dr. Seuss breakfast. And yes, Tiffany and I will go to the Dr. Seuss breakfast without any kids every time.
Yep.
We're the people that other people talk about.
Yes.
You know, the adults that go to Disney with no kids. Yes, we go to Dr. Seuss breakfast with no kids.
Texas Cruiser says, you always make me jealous, Nelly. Nelly, tell you, Rick. Let's see. Will the insurance I got through Royal cover us at Coco Key?
If you're talking about your travel insurance and if something happens to you while you're on your cruise, because if that's the question, then yes. But not all travel insurance is created equal. Make sure you read what it covers, especially if you have any concerns, health-wise, medical-wise, mobility-wise. Make sure the travel insurance you're getting covers your actual needs and the amounts that it's going to cover. But if you're talking about travel insurance and let's say something negative happens on Coco Key, would it cover? Yeah, technically you're still on the cruise.
James says, thank you, Misty. Texas Cruiser, that's why I'm here, to take my mind off things. Alien says, I'm really sorry to hear that, James. James, Texas Cruiser, when does Symphony come to Galveston?
Oh, I had it written down of when I was looking here. I just scared the dog.
May of 2026. Sheikah says, sorry for your loss. David says, we have a Carnival Journeys cruise, 14 days booked for January 27th out of Baltimore.
Yeah. And I was looking at the May 17th sailing of Symphony of the Seas. Now, contingent on that one, that's also Tiffany's birthday week. And she does have veto powers over her birthday month. So, but May the 17th is when I was looking at Symphony of the Seas.
Alien says, time for wrestling. All gotta run. Have fun and thanks for joining us. Texas Cruiser says Symphony will be here at Galveston May of 26. James is thinking, May 2026.
Well, I'll say this much, and it's the same thing I told Tiffany. We're going to do Harmony in August. So for James, that's going to be your Royal Caribbean cruise, and that's going to be your first time on a big giant Oasis ship. Tiffany as well. I would try it and make sure you like it first. I think everybody's going to have a really good time. I think Tiffany's going to love it. I think James is going to love it, but I could absolutely be wrong.
Nellie says, I don't care. I would always go somewhere, even if it is just for kids.
Yeah, we don't care either.
Yeah.
We are a firm believer in that we pay the same amount of money to be here as everybody else. If we want to participate in the activities, we will. Believe me, go watch Tiffany on a Disney cruise. She goes to the character meet and greets, is down there with the Meet the Princesses and everything like that. And yeah, you get some looks sometimes. We're like, God, we couldn't get tickets because of y'all. Yeah, guess not. Sorry.
Anyway, Misty says the insurance you can buy through the cruise line itself.
It should be. But again, not all insurance, because I'm trying to think, is the Carnival or Royal uses Aon, and is there, because it's all third party. It's just sold through the cruise lines.
Attila says, yes, you can buy it when you book the cruise or later. And then Ray says, if you like fritters, Judy makes a pancake with clams and Texas Pete living large. You don't like clams though.
But you do.
Yes. Misty says, hey, nothing wrong with going places without kids that are meant for kids. I got a crown from BK today and rocked it. Hey, I still have my fairy wand from Cinderella's royal table. So
yeah, we're definitely firm believers, and adults can be kids too.
Yep.
Kids at heart, not the little butts that run up and down the hallway, bang on doors and steal door decorations. Kids at heart, where you can still have fun and enjoy the little things.
Yep. Nellie says, I'm about to pull for that August 16th cruise too. Bob says, I can see Tiffany riding the carousel on Harmony. Yep.
Oh, yeah. She plans to already. She absolutely plans to.
Yep.
But you know what? I'd say 2 thumbs up. I'd say absolutely 2 thumbs up to anybody who wants to get on and do something like that. We were on, I forget which Royal Caribbean ship it was, but there was this gentleman, and he was, remember the older gentleman that got on the Flow Rider?
Yes.
He was like mid 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I want to try this. And he did. And he succeeded. And he was just smiling from ear to ear for being 85 years old and trying a surf simulator for the first time ever. There is no age requirement to enjoy your first and act like a kid.
Yep.
So, yep, Tiffany will ride the carousel, and I will happily either ride it with her or film her riding it.
Misty says, we're just big kids. Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Sheikah, hello, Texas Cruiser. James, I agree, Bob. It be just something she would do. Yep.
You have a rep.
Yep, I do.
A rep for being a big old kid.
Yep. Nothing
But that's
wrong with that.
No, but it's fun to cruise with you too. That's why you're my cruiser buddy. If you were sticking the mud, I'd leave you at home.
I still remember getting off that rock wall. Couldn't make it to the top, but I tried. But I come off that thing just laughing and giggling.
That's right. I mean, you got to have. That's one of the great joyous things about cruising. Just you can have fun. You can be silly. You can get out there and dance like you're 16 years old again, because everybody else is out there doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that stand on the sidelines being judgy, well, they're the ones that are not having a good time.
You're missing out on all the fun.
They're the ones that are missing out on the fun. And and I've seen those. I've even talked about those comments before. You'll see them too, where they say old people over 30, which isn't old, but that's what they say. Old people who are over 30 shouldn't be allowed in the dance clubs. Makes us young people not want to go there. Cool.
Buy more room for us.
Buy more dance room for everybody else. I'd rather have the 60 plus women in there just having the time of their dang lives you know what I mean?
Yep.
Dancing at 1 o'clock in the morning than I would a bunch of, people who think other people don't belong.
Yeah.
It's the nicest way to say that in a live video.
Chica said, did anyone check on Virgin for next year from the West Coast?
I did look at it, sailing from Los Angeles, doing your typical Mexican Riviera cruises. I think I saw like 4 nights and like some 7 nights, maybe. Pretty reasonably priced. I did glance at it. I didn't do a deep dive into it or anything like that, but I did take a quick peek at it. I just don't remember the months that they were sailing. But I did look at it after we talked about it next week because I was curious about getting on it.
Speaking of the West Coast, are all of our friends out on the West Coast doing okay?
Yes. I know Chica's out on the West Coast.
California Linda.
California Linda. I haven't seen her on here in a while, but yeah, that's another one too. Linda and Jeff.
Yeah. Just want to make sure all of our West Coast friends are safe and okay.
Yes.
James says, hold it. I turned 64 this last Sunday and don't feel old.
Nor should you.
Happy belated birthday.
And James, I would have not guessed 64.
No.
I actually would have guessed that you were closer to my age. So good job. Because I never would have guessed that. It was funny when I was looking at that cruise for you, one of the things they like you to put in is your age. Well, I was putting you in at like 50, 51, thinking that was the most accurate as a guess. So I never would have guessed 60s. So that's awesome.
David says, I am 67 and will dance all night. We do what we can to get in the shows on stage.
Mm-hmm.
We sing in the Glee Club and have been in at least 15 shows on Carnival ships. We are not wallflowers.
I try to get in the shows. Tiffany will avoid getting up on the stage. I've only gotten picked one time, though.
Yeah, but that one time we became VIPs.
That's true. That is absolutely true, but I don't mind getting up there.
Now, I have gotten on stage.
That's true. You did go up and play a game show on the Disney ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played a game show on that Disney ship, too.
Mm-hmm.
I lost.
So
Terribly.
I had help, so I won. Texas Cruiser says, I will post here when I get more information about a 5th cruise terminal in Galveston. Texas Cruiser says, I will turn 69 next April 4th, you bunch of youngins.
Well, if it helps, I'd much rather hang out with people that are in their 60s than I would majority of people in their 20s, minus the kids.
James says, thank you. Yeah, the young people I work with stay the same.
Yeah, so that's the truth. I mean, after hanging out with you and stuff like that, I never would have guessed that.
Attila says, I guess I'm a 60-year-old spring chicken, Rick.
That's all right. I'm a firm believer that we can all be together in a space on a cruise ship, having a couple drinks, laughing, telling jokes, and probably run all the others out of there.
Yeah.
Having that kind of fun. So, and then 20 will be able to be like, that cruise group over there, they're mean. They married us off.
Nellie says, Texas Cruiser, Haley and I will celebrate your birthday by getting married on April 5th. There you go. Texas Cruiser's laughing. Bob says, my wife threatens my life when suggesting the Love and Marriage show.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats, absolutely congrats. I don't know, how would you feel if I tried to get us on the Love and Marriage show?
Oh.
We'd lose. We'd lose. After 14 years, Tiffany said, what do you want on your hamburger again? So I'm pretty sure we are not winning that particular show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we were, I forget where we were the other day, and Tiffany's like, "Oh yeah, this is what's his name?" And was pointing at me. She forgot my name.
I did not. James says I'd like to see Chris and Tiffany on that show.
I would say very inappropriate things on that show. Tiffany would be like, "Oh my god, he won't shut up." Tiffany is very sweet and everything like that, but she is not loud and she is not inappropriate in public and will not just say whatever she's thinking. And I will do all of those things. And I guess one of the side effects of doing the show and being on the camera and meeting people on cruise ships and stuff like that is I can just be strange and weird, and I don't get real super shy in front of a bunch of people. YouTube taught me that, of all things.
I'm still shy. So.
Yeah, just 4 years later, and everybody knows Tiffany. She's like, I'm still shy.
You know, it was funny because at work today, I've been working with this same group of women for one of them 20 plus years, and we go to lunch and they all conversate and I just sit there. So yeah.
But as soon as it's live, and she'd be like, "You said what?" Love it. But yeah, that's the upcoming plan. So yeah, couple cruises this year, land trip to Nashville, which is not a cruise, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Going to get a lot of grandbaby time in, which is
We're get a lot of family time in.
Yes, I know there's others. Yes, I love my child. Absolutely. But I'm going to see me some grandbabies, okay? And my beautiful daughter, whom I love very much. In case she's watching this live, Daddy loves you. Okay. Now, she knows I do.
I know.
But yeah, so really looking forward to that. A couple of cruises, and then like I said, the start up here into 2026. A couple of cruises at the beginning of the year, take some summertime off. And then, of course, we'll be heading into the group cruise,
yes,
Carnival Magic in 2026. And I should have some upcoming information on that. I actually need to get with somebody on that here this week. And if all those plans work out right, we should be ready to do bookings as early as next week, maybe.
Ray says not appropriate in public, but I would bet you catch hell behind closed doors.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do. She is nice and polite and sweet to the general public, but she will tear me up a new one if she feels I am in need of it. And she has before, she will again. So, yeah.
Texas Cruisers says, I do love the aqua shows on the Allure and Harmony. They are the best shows I have seen on a cruise ship.
You know, I've often considered, and I completely agree with Rick. You haven't seen one of these aqua shows yet. No. The aqua shows are beautiful. I would almost be willing, if it was in the right price range, to get one of those aft-facing balconies on those ships, so you could just stand on your balcony and see the aqua show any and every time that you wanted. They are worth seeing. You've seen those videos where they jump from, like, it looks like they're a million miles in the sky.
Yeah, no.
That's one of those aqua shows. And when you sit down there and you're looking up, it's way up there. And the ship's moving. So it's rocking and shifting. Now, and they jump off of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the pool is not that big.
No. And if the waves are too big, they can't, because if a certain amount of water comes out of that pool, then they can't jump.
Well, I'm sure, too, if it's shaking down where you are, it's probably shaking up there. But, yeah, I like those aqua shows. But, yeah, I think one of those, if you really wanted to, if you had the time and the money and could get one of those aft-facing balconies, and you could just watch the aqua show from right there, or maybe one of the interior-facing balconies that at the very end, where you could just kind of stick your head over and see that aqua show.
James says yes. Get out and enjoy life, especially with the grandbabies. James also said, absolutely, Ray. Talking about Canyon Hill.
I can tell. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Nellie said the weather is supposed to be rainy on my Harmony. I bet the aqua shows will be canceled. That's okay. We are on a cruise. Yes. Kind of sucks that if they do cancel it, but yes, you are out on a cruise.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
I will say, but at least you still have the opportunity to see ice skating shows and the main theater show. Because it's Grease on Harmony, right? Isn't that what I told you it was on?
I think so.
I think Grease is the production show on Harmony. And so if you like production shows, I bet that's a pretty good one. I'm going to go see it.
Attila said, I heard some scuttlebutt about Carnival cracking down on kids staying in cabins with adult relatives. No cabin swapping anymore.
I saw them kind of talking about that a little bit today. I didn't really dive too deep into it. Carnival's always got something going on. Well, let me rephrase. Carnival advertises that they have something going on all the time. They're way more public and outspoken because of their brand ambassador. Excuse me, than any of the other cruise lines. So I think a lot of their junk floats to the surface more than the other cruise lines.
Bob says, love the aqua shows. They just blew me away. Attila says, also have to be within 3 cabins of parents' cabins.
Right. Now, I thought that was always the rule, though, is that they have to be within 3 cabins at all times.
I don't know. Our kids always just stayed in the cabin with us.
Yeah, that's true. And whenever we went, the kids stayed in our cabin. And our kids would not have run up and down the hallways and done any of the things that people report the kids are doing these days. Apparently, they like to sit on stairs and block stairs.
Well, we've seen that.
Yeah, but you just boot one of them out of the way. They like to knock on doors and run, steal decorations.
Dylan just loved to duck hunt.
Yeah. Well, that and had any of our kids acted like that, they would have been, unconscious hanging out the suitcase in the closet.
Yeah. Misty said, what's the best part of a cruise? I'm excited not to cook for a few days and leaving the country for the very first time.
Ooh, what is
so that is it right there. You're on a cruise. You're not cooking. You're not cleaning. You don't have to answer that dreaded everyday question. What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? What do you want for dinner?
And you're leaving the country. So that's the best part right there. And don't try and fit it all in because there's way too much. But just relax and enjoy it and have fun. But
yeah, truthfully, the best part of being on a cruise is being on a cruise.
The worst part about it?
It's not the cruise.
Disembarkation.
And don't take it too seriously. With cruising, things change. Shows can get canceled due to weather. Your stage show can get canceled. It's too bumpy and it's dangerous for the cast members. The aqua shows could get canceled. Ports can get moved sometimes due to bad weather. Stuff breaks on cruise ships. Don't take it seriously. You're on vacation. Just enjoy yourself. If your cruise makes a right-hand turn when you think it was going to make a left, go with the flow. Go with the flow and you will still have a good time. If it's your first time ever leaving the country, so I'm assuming this is probably your first cruise.
Yeah, it is.
Eat and taste whatever you see that you want to eat and taste. If you don't like something, tell them, oh, you know what? I didn't really care for this. It's not to my taste. Can I get this instead? They're going to accommodate you. Taste the food, eat the food, sleep in, go out on deck first thing early one morning and watch the sunrise over the ocean. There's nothing else that looks like it in the world. Nothing.
Ray says, what's the best part? just cruise and disconnect. There you go.
Exactly.
Yep. David says we have a couple going with us on their first cruise. I tell them that they can do nothing, do everything, or anything in the middle.
Exactly. If you're hungry, you eat. If you want to take a nap, take a nap. You don't have to clean your room. You don't have to plan your food. If you want to sit by the pool all day, sit by the pool. You want to catch a movie, you want to play a game of bingo, attend some trivia, see a show, do that.
Mm-hmm.
There is no wrong way to cruise for the most part. Okay, there are things you should never do, but just a general cruiser, there's not someone's way that they like to cruise isn't wrong. Nobody is right. No cabin is good for everybody. No place to eat is the same for everybody.
Two really good tips though. Always keep your clock on ship time. Don't go by land time because that could be two different things.
And put your phone in airplane
And
mode.
put your phone in airplane mode. You don't want to be a pure runner and have a really high phone bill when you get home.
Yeah, there's a lot of good cruise tips and stuff out there, but go with the flow, have some fun. If you enjoy a drink, enjoy a drink. If you don't drink, enjoy a coffee, enjoy a mocktail, enjoy a soda, enjoy a water.
Yep.
It's really nothing. And at the end of the day, yeah, the best part of being on a cruise is you are on a cruise.
Yes. James says, I agree, Chris. Nothing like watching the sun coming up over the ocean water or going down. Very peaceful.
Yeah, it's one of those, especially if you catch it on that morning where the sky just turns orange. It's red and it's orange and it's nothing but water.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sight you can't see because there's no lights out there. So you go from dark to, you can see the dawn breaking and it gets gray. And then suddenly that sun just peeks over the horizon. It's just not something you can see anywhere else because nowhere else is that dark and that flat all at the same time.
Attila said sunsets are beautiful too, especially if you get to see it from a table by the window when eating a nice steakhouse meal or other nice dinner. Misty said 4 days, no internet, phone calls, or text, like the good old days.
Yep, and it's a great option. If you don't need any of that junk, unplug. If you're definitely have the opportunity to just go, no. You go in your room, you take your phone, turn it off, put it in your safe, close it up. Yeah, you can do that too.
Ray says, in other words, enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then when you get back, you're going to have to tell us how you liked it, what new things you tried, what you didn't like, because there are some things about cruising that some people just don't like.
Suzanne said the best part of cruising is having my coffee delivered first thing in the morning.
James is going to agree with that totally because
He did.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But you've had coffee on the balcony once.
yeah, in Alaska,
In
because
Alaska.
I refused to leave the room because I didn't want to miss anything in the fjords.
So, but you can say, how was coffee on your balcony? In the
It
morning?
was amazing. It was, and that was an Alaskan cruise. Had the robe on, had the binoculars in one hand, the coffee in the other hand, staring at eagles and looking for whales. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, now for me, I don't drink coffee. I'm an energy drink guy. And so I bring them on board the ship with me so I get the kind I like. But I usually get up well before Tiffany. I'm going to get up at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. kind of guy on a cruise ship. I will go up, find me a spot on deck. I'll have my drink there. And I just sit there and chill, catch the breeze, listen to the ocean, and wait for that sun to come up. And usually Tiffany will come bopping along a little bit later. She knows where to find me.
Texas Cruiser says, I love going down to Cafe Promenade at 5:30 in the morning, getting a cup of coffee and reading a book on my tablet. Yep.
See, that's one of the best things, but everybody's got their own spot, their own thing, and they're all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, That's what cruising. That's one of the beautiful draws to cruisers, and the first time cruisers will learn. There's not a wrong way,
No.
and everybody will find their place, their spot, their niche on board that ship, and it'll be a beautiful time.
Yep. Attila said, as expensive and sometimes slow the internet packages are, I'd say it is worth it to unplug for all of it. And Ray says,
a lot of them are true like that.
Yep. Ray says, tip on the balcony and coffee sounds like my Judy. Yep.
Mm-hmm. The only reason we get balconies, except for those special cruises like Alaska and Panama and places like that, is so Tiffany can hang out there. And she sits out there and reads a book sometimes, puts her feet up. Sometimes I catch her just watching water go by. She loves those things.
Yeah.
That's one of your niche spots.
Yep.
It's just chilling out on the balcony.
Nellie says, best thing about Voyager class, i.e. Mariner, is deck 4 to sit by the waves is so peaceful. And those are those fall asleep chairs.
Yeah, those chairs that are shaped like that.
I still want to find one of those.
Real easy to get into. Those chairs make me want to fall asleep every time I sit in them, and that's where I like to be at 4 o'clock in the morning on Royal Caribbean ships. Yeah. Deck 4 in one of those chairs, hard as heck to get out of. But boy, you can take a nap in those suckers.
And we usually see a lot of people napping. Yep.
I think I've been caught napping in one before.
Yep. Misty said, should I wait for my travel agent to find a better price for plane tickets, or should I just book them? I did send her the info about what I found.
This is a personal opinion only, and everybody might have their own. Normally, I'll recommend people book their own flights. The reason I say that is, in the majority of cases, and it's definitely not in every case, your travel agent isn't going to be able to get anything better than you can find for airfare. And if you need to change anything, make adjustments, last minute this or that to your airfare, it is a lot easier for you as the traveler if it's in your name and you can immediately handle the problem and not have to call somebody else. That's just my opinion. Definitely fly into the cruise port minimum of 1 day ahead of time. 2, if you're going to some place you've never been and want to putt around, visit around, and look around, give yourself plenty of space and window. But normally I recommend people book their own airfare. But again, my opinion. Different people might feel differently about it. Different travel agents might say something different about it. I personally tell people to book their own.
David said, on sea days, we go to the indoor promenade and play cards while watching the ocean go by. I've seen a lot of people do that. They take their dominoes. They have games in the library on, was it the Prima? They had games in the observatory deck and stuff like that. So, yeah. Ray says, me up at 4:30 or so, hunting down coffee, and most of the time I'm with crew.
Yeah, that's also a good time just to visit with crew, too, because there's not very many people up. To me, it's the magic hour on cruise ships because very few other passengers are up. They're not moving around. You have a couple of other early folks like Ray up, getting some coffee here or there.
Texas Cruiser.
Yeah. Rick and stuff like that. But for the most part, you have the ship. It's you and crew. And so you can wander around. You can look at things. You can actually look and find different things going on the cruise ship. See things you missed. There's no people. There's no pushing. There's no lines.
You can use an elevator.
You can use an elevator with nobody else trying to force their way in, which is always why I shoot my ship videos at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because I have pretty much had the whole run of the ship. But yeah, it's kind of like the magic hour because it's you're like one of the only people even on the ship.
Ray says for sure a day or two before and relax.
So I'm excited for Misty.
I am too.
I'm excited for first cruise. I remember that first cruise. And you're going to remember it. because you're going to walk up the gangway and you're going to take that very first step on the deck of that cruise ship.
And if you're like me, you're going to shed a tear or two.
That was her, and it was a Disney cruise. And it's because Tiffany's the big old Disney nerd.
Well, not just that, but I mean, this was my first cruise.
Yeah.
And just the stress of the last year of making sure that we had everything and that it was paid for and and all the things that could go wrong. And
She stressed that first one. So I kept telling her, chill. She's stressed. Chill. She's stressed.
so, yeah.
Now we're lucky if she packs, as we're walking out the door, she's still putting stuff in her bag. She's long past that little particular issue. But yeah, you can take that very first step on that cruise ship, and that will be something you will always remember, especially if you fall in love with cruising. Because there's two types of people out there. It's a general rule. You're going to love cruising and you're going to be ready to book your next one, or you're going to get off that ship and go never again. Hopefully you're not one of those, but it does happen because cruising isn't necessarily for everybody. But a lot of people, they take that first step and they fall in love with it.
James says, I'm not one of them people. I'm usually just getting to sleep at 4:30. Nellie said, my first cruise, I cried. I'm a big dude, but I couldn't believe I was on a cruise finally. See, it's not just me. So, Misty said, booked it last March. Been a long wait.
Yeah, if you book them real far in advance so you can pay them out gently, get the best price, get the best deal, and then you see that countdown that says, 417 days to your cruise. That number is ginormous when you see it. It is huge. But you're almost there. Almost there.
Yep.
And if you've been waiting this long, you're going to have a good time.
Take lots of pictures.
Yeah, take yourself pictures. Take pictures of everything. Take video of everything that you want to remember. It's worth it. I said, eat what you want to eat. Taste everything that you've ever wanted to taste, even if it seems weird. Because remember, on a cruise ship, you're not paying per item that you get. We've tried all kinds of things that we would never order in a restaurant here at home because, here in a restaurant, once you order it, you bought it. But on a cruise ship, you're like, I'm going to eat these frog legs. Eat them. Try them. We've tried escargot. We've tried.
No.
You tried it.
That.
I was not because they look like big snot holes. But we've tried all kinds of things. We'll walk along the buffet and go, I've never even heard of this. Put some on the plate.
Yeah.
If you're adventurous, like if you want to. If you don't.
Ray said, our first cruise, we had a porthole and had to stand on the bed to see out. We've come a long way. Until listen.
But.
You remember
You
that porthole?
remember standing on that bed and looking out that porthole. So no matter how far you've come and standing on your balcony now, you're still going to remember and think back and say, I remember standing on the bed, looking out the porthole on my very first cruise.
Yeah. Tilla said, make some memories on the cruise. Take pictures, yes, and videos, but also sometimes soak up the special moments without the phone in front of you. Just be there. It's special. Very true.
Very, very good advice. Absolutely very good advice. You're right. Sometimes just be in the moment.
Yep. Nellie said, gotta go. Have a great week. Hate to miss next week, but I will be on a cruise.
We hate for you to miss next week too. We're jealous that you're getting to go on a cruise.
But have fun.
But absolutely have fun. Take some pictures. And then when you come back in 2 weeks, share with us your experience.
Yep.
Tell us all about the Harmony.
Yes.
We're excited. I know we're going. James is going. We'd all like to hear about how it was. So, yeah, definitely having a great cruise and some good weather, some warm weather.
Yes. Yes.
Dry skies and shorts. That's in good food.
Yep. David said, good night, y'all. Misty said, already planned on room service on my balcony on the sea day. That's awesome.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. See, you got a plan. You got a mission. Go for it.
Yep.
Absolutely go for it.
Room service is fun.
Room service is fun. Little, maybe a pro tip. Room service menu doesn't have quite as many items on it as you could get up at the buffet. While you can't do it in the main dining rooms, you can go to the buffet, and if you want, pick up a couple extra things, take to your room, and still eat it on your balcony. So if you don't see everything you want on the room service menu, go snag it from the buffet, and you can still go eat that on your balcony. So,
But we probably ought to wrap this up.
yes, we are going to get ready to wrap this up. Tiffany's like, hello.
No, it just
I know. No, we are exceeding our time here. I know everybody's got places to go, things to do. Sheik isn't having, dinner at a restaurant. So, but yeah, that's everything for this week. It's been a great conversation, just having everybody on here.
Texas Cruiser says, everyone have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, stay warm. Ray says, great chat, and you both are fantastic.
Thank you very much. We really, really appreciate it. Remember, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't even be here.
Attila says, save the little milk cartons from the buffet and keep in cabin for later.
There you go. Good tip. Good tip.
Misty said, thanks for the advice. Greatly appreciate it. And Attila says, stay warm.
And you are absolutely welcome, Misty. You're absolutely welcome to come here and join us for any live. We are here every Wednesday, and we will share any and every bit of information either we have or the wonderful folks that are here with us week after week. Rick, Nelly, Alien, Ray, James. I mean, everybody's in here. Lots of cruise experience. Sheikah, lots of cruise experience. That we're happy to share everything and tell every story that we know to make a good cruise for everybody else.
Yes.
So we are an absolute sharing cruising community, and that's what we're all about. But I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. James, don't forget, you need something, even if it's just an ear, you got my number, brother. Feel free to use it anytime you need to. That's what we're here for. But again, thank you, everybody, for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Love having you guys here. Love doing the Wednesday show. It's fun just to get on here and chat. Cruising.
Yes.
Cruising, more cruising. One more time for Desiree. The puppies. Start with puppies, and we'll end with puppies. But, hi. Oh, God. That's what I get for getting that close to it. But thank you, guys. And like always,
we'll see you out on the high seats.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.